Hello, all, and thank you for your interest in our presentation called Total Physical Response, a Second Language Teaching Method and Service Learning with Foreign Unaccompanied Minors. This presentation talks about Total Physical Response method in service learning programs and experiences with migrant children. The focus is on the principles and techniques of these two teaching methods, and the main aim is to analyze how to combine them and what are the benefits when doing so. And of course, we are going to talk about these special issues when working with migrant children and the things that you have to take into account. First of all, nowadays European countries, including Spain, are receiving a large volume of migrants, and the number of foreigners has grown by 1 million in 1 year in Spain, according to Spanish State Statistical Office. And among the migrants who are arriving to Spain, there are lots of children, and also children who don't have anyone to take care of them. They don't have a guardian or relative or anyone. And those minors, normally, if they are under 16 years old, they are under jurisdiction of the state of Spain. And those are the most vulnerable children, as they can suffer from high levels of social exclusion and many problems. For that reason, it would be very important to promote in education the inclusion and focus on increasing social responsibility and improving understanding of diversity and eliminate discrimination. In general, from the education point of view, there are many things that this immigration phenomenon does. For example, it leads to growing need of language teaching, growing need of understanding of diversity, and also teachers and the future teachers need to develop their intercultural and pro-social competencies. Then someone may ask, what is this service learning that we are talking about? So service learning is an active teaching method, and normally it means that students or pupils are learning their curricular content while they are helping the community. In the case of primary school, it can be that pupils are, for example, cleaning a park or spend time with elderly people in a senior center. And maybe in the case of teacher education students in university level, it means, for example, that these students can teach their own curricular content to someone and then learn professionals and academic skills while they are serving the community. And yeah, it's important to highlight that this service is always targeted towards a vulnerable group like elderly, migrants, or people on low incomes. And then why schools or teachers decide to use this method? Uh, what are the objective of service learning? Normally, mm, it links curricular content with solidarity actions. It also connects the school with the environment and the community, and it can develop skills through involvement in solidarity actions. And the most important things are these two. It really can help children to be more motivated to learn, and it also shows that children or these young people, university students, are capable citizens to change their own environment and participate. And yes, university service learning is getting more common and popular in Spanish universities. And yeah, during the last decade, it's getting popular, and I think it's because it is very experiential, community-based, and reflective approach, which has a lot of positive effects and benefits in students, but also in the community. And yes, former studies have shown that it really mm, um, can develop academic, professional, and personal skills of the students. And additionally, it really emphasizes involvement, active citizenship, social responsibility, and awareness of the students. It also gives the students an opportunity to learn uh, and develop themselves professionally in real life situations, and they get to know what's the reality in the society they are living. And I think understanding these current issues in education and the social needs of disadvantaged groups is very important for future teachers, for example, who are studying now in universities. Then something about total physical response method. As mentioned before, we think that TPR together with service learning um, could be very good combination. And yes, the total physical response is not a new thing. It's a method that was created for foreign language acquisition by James Asher about 50 years ago. And yes, he said it to be very close to the natural way children learn their native language, and it's also very stress-free way to learn, as it use mm, like games and stuff. Here, the teacher assumes the role of a parent, like giving prompts, setting patterns, using body language, and that way the learning really happens through speech and physical activity at the same time. So this approach suggests the impact to both the left and right part of the brain, as language activities are carried out in the left side of the brain and physical action are coordinated by the right side. And total physical respond has showed to be very powerful technique to teach children, especially young children, and according to some authors, it's the most appropriate method to teach language to young learners. Um, and in generally people who do not know how to write or read. So um, when now we are talking about minor migrants, um, minor migrants, um, it's we can see that it would be very suitable approach for them. There are former studies that have shown that migrant children who have participated in service learning programs um, have gotten a lot of benefits. For example, academic competencies. For example, for example, in this case, they have learned language skills, but um, there are many other benefits too. For example, mm, they have improved their communication skills, and they have gotten social contacts. They have learned a lot about new culture where they are living in, and they um, have familiarized with the community and uh, connected with the community where they are living. So our conclusion is that the total physical response can be considered as a valuable tool for service learning implementation with migrant children. As we have mentioned, service learning and TPR are very beneficial for migrant children. Through them, they can gain lots of new skills and um, competencies, and get more familiarized with the new community and country they are living in. But it's very also very useful um, to combine these two methods. It's very beneficial also for university students, uh, and it promotes the university students' pro-social behavior, their understanding, and cultural sensitivity. Here are a list of some interesting references. And yes, that was all for today. Thank you for your attention and your interest. If you have any questions or comments, be welcome to write us. Here you can see my email address. Thank you.